What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, aka Sneaky G Man, and I'm chilling with my favorite in the world. Well, I don't want to say the world because then Chris will get mad at me.
Yeah, don't make Chris jealous now.
Commanders fan, Pork Rind himself,
Yep.
and we're waiting on True, and Philly is on another G14 classified secret mission. No, he's at the ALC. Actually, I think he's in Arizona.
Yeah, heading to Arizona for the what is it, the ALDS
NL. NL.
or NL?
NLCS. Yeah.
Yes.
NLCS.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it'll be interesting. See what happens.
yeah. Right now, I'll tell you, everybody is excited for the Texas Rangers. Of course, my Yankees are knocked out. They were eliminated.
For the second month.
Yeah, it was bad. It's still bad.
I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when the Orioles win the AL East, right?
Yeah, right.
When was the last time you could say that? So
wait, oh, that's right. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, the Orioles won it. They got a good year.
I'm rooting for the home team, the Rangers, and
hey, I'm rooting for anybody but Phillies.
I'm rooting for anybody but Houston. I hate Houston.
Yeah, Houston and Philadelphia are just two teams I despise in baseball.
I'm still a little butthurt about the ALCS when Houston stole the. Anyway, let me just stop.
I know.
All I'm saying is I hope when they come here, which I think they're playing home next couple of games, that they remove all the trash cans. I'm being petty. But football was this weekend.
It was,
and we had some great competition. We showed up, and we'll get into that. Lack of a better word. But let's go ahead and start it off with the Commanders. They kind of pulled off a stunner.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where, like, you feel, you won. You should feel good about it. But I walked away with just this bitter taste in my mouth. And it's the fact that going into the fourth quarter, you're up 14 points, and you take your foot off the gas. Like, I am so sick and tired of these games that come down to the last play. It's just
no pun intended, right?
Yeah, it's just I'm getting older, man. My heart can't take this anymore. Like, I want a coach where it's full throttle, all gas, no brakes. Just from start to finish. Who cares? That's the one thing. Like, when the Dolphins beat the Broncos 70-20 or whatever it was. Hey, who cares? Who cares if you're running up the score?
Because you got to stop them.
Yeah,
both teams are getting paid.
Yeah, if you don't want them to score that many points, stop them. So that's where I'm at. But I really do like. I honestly, I know he's only. I know he's only 7 games in, but I really do think we might have found our franchise quarterback in Sam Howell. The one thing I will say that I wish he would stop doing is holding the damn ball so long, because a lot of these sacks are on him. I mean, there's a combination. Yeah, maybe the receivers aren't getting open, but get rid of the ball. Don't take a sack. Don't put yourself in a position where you're third and long when you could have been in, a third and manageable. So it's that. And then, I honestly don't think, I felt like the offensive line actually played better than they played the last 3 games. Defense played pretty good. I think we ended up with 3 interceptions off of Ryder, or what's his name? Ritter,
something
like that. But so, I mean, I felt like all in all, the team played better, but the offensive play calling it just, I don't know, man. We're so pass happy, and I don't know if that's because EB just doesn't have faith in our run offense. I don't know. I have no idea what goes through his head sometimes. Um, but at the end of the day, we got the win. That's all that matters. Hopefully, each week we get better and better. We've got the Giants coming up this week, so
I say, don't get better next week.
yeah. Well, I mean, we typically just I don't know what it is when we play in New York. We just don't show up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, all in all, I felt like the team played okay. I'd give it maybe a C minus, even though we did get the win. But we just got to get better. That's all.
And as you were talking, I was looking over the box scores.
Yeah.
And you're right. Sam got sacked 5 times.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say probably 3 or 4.
However, there is a silver lining there. He did throw for 3 touchdown passes.
No, he did. I think did he hit? He got over 200 yards, right? Or was it right?
It was 151. It says.
Oh, damn, that's it. Yeah. So, and I think McLaurin had 80 of those.
I could look at the stat line and see, but yeah, you guys almost had total yards, 193 total yards.
That's crazy. And I mean, and you get a W. So
that's all that matters. I mean, you're talking to a fan of a 1-4 team right now. We'll get to that in a sec. Yeah. But let's talk about. I want to wait until True comes on, and then we'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And the Chargers let me down, by the way. I'm going to say that.
Oh man, God, I didn't even stay up for that game because I just had a feeling that was going to happen.
I didn't. Here we go. And Tanya, stay tuned. We're gonna taste on that. And speaking of the devil. Talk about perfect timing. Well, okay, since you're here, let's go ahead and talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's just jump right in, True. Let's just do it. Now, right. I got a confession. I did not watch the game because I saw it. San Diego was up 7-0. Then Dak ran it in, make it 7-7. And then I saw it was 17-17, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I don't watch, the Chargers will pull it off.
You should have watched it.
No, I'm glad I didn't. But True. Now, do you want me to hear what I've heard? I live in Dallas. I'm at work, and they were talking about it.
Well, let me just start off with a guess.
Okay,
Michael
go ahead.
McCarthy's time management.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
So I'll jump right into it. Everyone's upset the way he approached the situation, and including Mr. Jones. And here's the thing: he is doing the game management. The clock running towards the halftime. He was doing that on purpose. He wanted to control the game from time management. He wanted to go into the halftime with a field goal. That's all he wanted. He wanted to see what his offense can do. You got to remember, going back to week 1, what did I say? He's not wanting to score a lot of points. He doesn't want to show the NFL what he's got. Now, everyone might be poo-pooing that, idea, but I'm telling you, this is just the way he's going to do it. He's going to want to kick field goals. He's not going to want to be scoring a bunch of touchdowns right off the bat. We still have 10 weeks to go. He doesn't want to show the NFL anything. Now, come the Eagles, we're going to be playing some offense. I'm just telling you guys, he's not wanting to do what everybody's expecting.
So basically, he's willing to sacrifice a conservative game to not expose. I think that's the kind of word we're looking for.
Yeah.
Expose the offense of the Dallas, or the potential offense.
The potential. Yes, he doesn't want to show the NFL everything right now in week 5, week 6, week 7, even up to week 10. And that's just the way.
Gamble. That's a
Well,
gamble.
yeah, it's a gamble, but I guarantee you it's going to be one of those situations where if he's going to want to play and want to show out, he's going to show you something, and everybody's going to be like, "Well, where was this at the whole time?"
Right.
And that's going to be one of the things. He's going to approach the situation going all the way until we're assured to have an NFL playoff spot and or the division. If those two things come hand in hand, then he's going to open up the playbook.
You know what? Maybe that's what we're doing too then.
Oh, that's definitely what we're doing. We're not showing anything. I was just informed by Stephen A. Smith that we've only scored 5 touchdowns this season so far. Yeah.
One of those was defense.
Okay. Can we have our moment? It's a team effort, Pork Ryan. Okay, it's a team effort. So Tanya saw the game. I know it says TC, but it's Tanya. She's great supporter of the Sneaky G-Man podcast. Thank you so much, Tanya, for showing up on the NFC show. She said it was too close of a game. Had the interception not happen, they had a chance to come back.
That's true of any team.
Yeah.
That's true of any game.
That's a big if. Now, let me tell you what was said at work. And I'm quoting an individual. They said, "Oh, hey, Austin, I see you too, man. I see you." They said that the Cowboys, of course, they talked about the time management and that they're just about to give up on the team because they played like crap. And of course, I stepped in and said the obvious, but did you win? So I'm going to be honest. I'm of the mindset right now that if you're going to, I'll say, bitch about winning, then don't do it around me because
I'm sorry.
Look, let's go ahead and just, no, hold on. I'm going to save it. Let's talk about the damn Philadelphia Eagles and the other New York team, / New Jersey. Okay. And I don't know if you guys could see the title, but I said,
the mighty have fallen.
The mighty have fallen, week 6. How ironic is it that both undefeated San Francisco and undefeated Philadelphia Eagles fell? Dallas Cowboy Chris, thank you for showing us your presence. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Shout out. Okay, first off, let's go with the San Francisco team. Okay. Pork Rind, yeah, you guys already played them, right?
No, we play them New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. We have, true, and we weren't successful.
No.
Okay. What was your take on the 49ers falling to the Cleveland Browns out of all teams?
I think Cleveland's got a pretty good defense, and obviously it doesn't help that they lost CMC, they lost Debo. So I mean, they lost 2 of their weapons, basically.
And a lineman.
And Trent Williams did go edge. Well, I thought Trent Williams came back in though.
Yeah, he rolled back out.
Did he? Okay. See, I didn't watch the entire game, but I saw that he went out, came back in. I didn't realize he went back out. So yeah, I mean, they lost 3 very important weapons on their offense. So,
and I think CMC is going to be playing this week, though. I heard that they were going to try and make it where, or are they on a bye?
49ers are on a bye.
I don't know. They're not on a bye.
I think since he's on a bye.
I don't know, but an oblique like that with a running back, he needs those.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not an easy situation to come back. And see, that was a situation when the Cowboys were going into the 49ers. We had, our front line was injured. And everyone says, "Oh, well, you got to get some replacements in there and play." It's like, no. When you can't protect the quarterback and he's got no time, there's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do about that.
So, it's the whole week, all you were hearing before leading up San Fran going into Cleveland was, they whooped the Cowboys, and they did. But the situation turns around a foot, and the Cleveland Browns just whooped on the Niners, whether it's 1 point or whether it's 10 points.
Yep.
And it was the same situation the Cowboys got into. The Cowboys got into the situation where, you get to the field, you start warming up, you get chippy. And that's what happened with the Chargers this weekend, and that's what Cleveland had with San Francisco. So when they start chipping at each other, there's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Hostility they have towards each other, and they have something to prove.
Yeah.
So,
and I guess you were getting, I guess you're getting an Emmy for the amount of TV time you got Monday night. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not surprised that San Francisco lost to Cleveland, because you're right, Pork Line. They got Cleveland has a decent defense.
Garrett's a beast.
And their offense is, it's kind of shaken. I know, if I'm not mistaken, Watson,
PJ
out.
Yeah. They did just enough, but let's not forget that
49ers
San Francisco they were driving down the field, and he missed a 41-yarder. As an NFL kicker, that's a standard kick.
That's a gimme. Yeah, he missed a gimme.
Yeah,
and I think he missed 2 field goals that game.
Yep.
Okay, I only saw the ending, of course.
Yeah, so he missed 2 field goals. So they should have easily won that game, but.
And I want to say it was Sunday night when they talked about the injury to McCaffrey, that he still might be available this week. But again, that was Sunday. That was the initial reports. We'll find out in a couple of days if he's going to be. I got him on my fantasy team. I need to know ASAP.
Right.
Okay. And I went 4-0 this week, by the way. So that means I beat Byron. No, I think it was Jeffcoat that I played this week. But
nice.
Are you guys even checking your teams?
No. If I can't draft a team, I'm not playing with them.
I'm trying to go for 2 straight. Whatever.
I have no idea.
I tell you what. Do what y'all are doing. Do what y'all are doing. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get 2 in a row.
I'll come back next year when we can draft.
Right, yeah, and I don't even know what happened this time. I promise you, I did not do it on purpose. As the commish and defending champ, I know that sounds sus, but I'll make sure.
I got so much going on. I couldn't handle another fantasy team. So
now let's go ahead and talk about Philly. But before we get into the game, there was some big news. Thank you, Tanya, for bringing this up. Julio Jones is now signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. What? Okay, I know when you hear the name Julio Jones, you think of that Atlanta wide receiver that made that disgusting catch in the Super Bowl, right? And he's just, a beast.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but it's going to sound like I'm disrespecting him. I don't think he's that same receiver now. So what?
Okay. What are they thinking?
They already got what? AJ Brown.
You got
Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner. Devontae Smith. Who's their tight end that gets the ball?
Dallas Goedert is their tight end.
There's only one football, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the league has changed since last Sunday. There's only one football on the field.
Yeah,
and also.
And AJ Brown cries enough on that sideline when he's not getting the ball.
Thank you. And not only that, Hurts has been struggling offensively.
Yeah.
He is not the Hurts of last year.
Nope.
So what kind of effect? What expectation should the Eagles fan be? Philly ain't here, so he can't say anything.
Yeah, I
think with Julio?
I think more of the reason that they took him when I saw it come across, it would have to be for that reason that he's not producing. His numbers are not the same, and I think he's more of a security blanket. He's that go-to guy when you're out of the pocket, he can find himself open because those other guys are way downfield. Julio Jones ain't afraid to catch the ball in the middle of the field. If you notice where these guys are catching the ball, they're either up and out, or they're on the sideline, or they're just short passes. There's nobody running across the middle. And
if there is, it's A.J. Brown.
But Brown's running across deep middle.
Right, yeah.
He's not running across before that safety.
Right.
And that's something Jones can bring to the table. So I think it's more of a security blanket for him.
Yeah. We'll see if he stays healthy, though. That's the problem with Julio.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but when you get him for nothing, you might as well.
Oh, yeah, no. Why not kick the tires?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what Julio Jones. Okay, so I'm bringing up his his numbers now. So his career, the 10-year career that he had with Atlanta, okay, over 1,200, almost 13,000 yards receptions. Okay, not talking about rushing. I'm just doing receptions. He has 60 touchdowns, receptions, of course. Almost 1,000. He has 848. Yep, 848 receptions. Now, he was with Tampa for 1 year and Tennessee last year. With Tampa, two touchdowns. With Tennessee, 1. And Tampa, 299. Couldn't even break 300. I say that like I'm going to run a route in the NFL, by the way. Let me call myself out, right? And I'm going to go with that theme. He only got 438 yards with Tennessee for the 1 year. Okay. So there's like, that's to me, not two, but three different type of Julio Jones. And look, I wish him nothing but success. I wish him, well, no, I don't. He's with the Eagles.
Not really with the Eagles now.
I hope he stubs his toe. And it's not a serious stubbing of the toe. I want him to get paid, but when I heard about this at at work, it's one of those, okay,
whatever.
And I went on with my day.
Yeah, and it's going to be those types of numbers is just what I'm saying. It's a security blanket.
Yeah,
it's somebody when they're third and short, somewhere where again, he can run across the middle and catch that ball. It's nothing. It's not going to be fancy. It's not going to be any of that. Now, don't get me wrong. If there's an end zone situation, they're going to throw it up to him and let him go up and get it.
Right.
But
I think it's just more go up and get it though. That's the question.
It's just another weapon for.
Can he get up and go get it?
Well, I think he could. But again, it's just it's a situation with Hurts not producing and a security blanket. I think the two go hand in hand. If you get those guys running the routes that they need, he's just got another option to throw to. Because you look at where his throws have been. Yeah. Those interceptions, what did he have this weekend? 3?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
See, so there's some, situational awareness going on with himself. And he's saying, I've got to take a look at this. And the coaches are taking a look. And, hey, why not?
Yeah, one of those was a deflection. But, still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And so I pulled up the score or the team stats, the box scores, if you will. So they got 24 first downs when the Jets only had 17. I got to. That was a different Jets team than expected. You can tell they wanted that game.
And you go back to last week to what I said with Zach. What he wanted this game. I knew he wanted this game. I knew the type of production after coming off that other loss. He was throwing tight last week and the week before, and it was just a way for him to come out, make his opportunity, be known, get the win, and that's what he did. It didn't look great, but they got it, and I think that's what he wanted the most. I was saying that last week. He wanted it more than anybody.
He was 19 for 33, 186 yards, no TDs, no picks.
Exactly.
But how? Okay, I want to throw this out there to you. How ironic is it though? You got the heir apparent, right? Aaron Rodgers coming off of Achilles tour, and he just in the reports where he just got done with surgery, and he's on the side, literally from the hospital to the football field playing catch.
Yep.
And then, Zach is like, I need to produce. The Jets are 3-3 right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
When Rodgers, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I don't know if you saw one of those passes that he made. I swear it was a mirror image of Rodgers when he threw down the sideline.
Yes.
I mean, the
Yeah,
fling
I
of the
saw
wrist,
that one. Yeah.
Yes.
you just, it looked exactly Aaron Rodgers.
Looked like Aaron was in the game. Yeah.
It was just like, wow. But and it is. He's a young kid.
Yep.
He wants the opportunity. I mean, he's going through the motion and he's saying, "I want to win." And that, I mean, he's on his last year, isn't he?
No, I think he'll be back. Well, he's on his rookie. When did he get drafted?
Yeah, he's on his rookie contract.
I feel like this is only his third year, though.
Yeah, I think he has another year, and I don't think they'll pick up his fifth.
Exactly.
No, they won't pick up the fifth.
But I had to bring Billy on because, of course, he's an Eagles fan, and he was like, "Eagles should have won." Of course. I mean, Giants should have won too, and we'll get into that later. But from what I saw from that game, again, I'm just going to echo what I said a few minutes ago. The Jets just wanted it more.
Yeah.
When the ball was turned over and they punted it, and Eagles had the ball to drive down the field to, I don't know, maybe kick
potential
field goal or whatnot, and it got intercepted. Man, you want to talk about an electrifying environment to be a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it was a good win. I mean, it was a good win, but if I'm not mistaken, the Jets are known to pull these kind of wins off because didn't they come to Dallas and beat? This is when Leonard Williams was on the Jets at the time, was it in
18?
Okay, 2018. Okay.
Yeah, and then we went up there in 19 and they beat us again. It was a low scoring game, 16-13, 16-9.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're known for this.
Yeah, low scoring games, tight defense. It just holding, opponents to field goals. I mean, that's what it takes to win. And I don't know if you saw the stat this week. This past weekend was the lowest scoring for a combined average, lowest scoring combined average, like
really
in years. Yeah, there was nobody scoring this week.
Yeah.
It was all field goals, mostly field goals. And again, it's just because the defenses are stepping up in most of these games. And I mean, from what I saw from my game, I mean, the defenses on both sides were just, you can see them winded, but they were playing hardcore. I mean, they were going out there and they were playing some solid defense. So, and I saw that at the Jets game. I saw it at the Washington game, the Giants Buffalo, the Monday night game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're when they say they want to ball
make me feel good. Just give me a warm and fuzzy feeling right now. I need it right now. It.
I mean, seriously, you look at the way the defenses were playing across the board. Everybody was on key this week. Cleveland, San Francisco. I mean, there was nobody above 24, 30 points except Washington, and that goes to show that the defenses were playing this week.
I mean, do you feel the same way, Porkline?
Yeah, no defense. I mean, it's like True said. I mean, there was a lot of low-scoring games. It wasn't very exciting to watch. I actually had a week. I had a Sunday where I was at home and had multiple games on my 3 TVs, and I was pretty bored.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and if you had it on the red zone, it was just funny because.
Yeah,
you would see it in the red zone and then field goal, red zone, field goal, red zone, field goal.
It's so funny when you said that. I like to Google everything. You know what I mean? And I wanted to be like, no, True, you're not true. You're wrong. No, you are 100% correct. 2 games had teams posting over 30 points. Like one team, it was the Jacksonville Indy game, 37-20. Jacksonville won that. And then, of course, Miami over Carolina, 42-21. Yeah. Damn.
I mean, Miami doesn't score under 40 points
I love a good defensive game. I know when, and I'll say this, when the Rams and the Patriots played in that 4 hour Super Bowl, I mean, it felt like 8. Okay. I loved a good chess match when it was like 13-10 or 30, whatever it was, I appreciate something like that. So, but what I don't appreciate is when you have refs afraid to call back-to-back passing interference. Now, okay, my turn. I've been waiting long enough. I don't like making excuses, and it's not an excuse. And I'm going to be honest. It wasn't a PI. Hear me out, Giant fans, before you throw tomatoes and eggs at me. The reason why I said it wasn't a PI, because they didn't call it. And I had a friend of mine who was at the game, and they said that the reason why the refs didn't call the second PI is because they were getting bullied after the first one. And they knew that if they called that second PI and it didn't go in their favor, that they would need an armored, what's that bank truck?
Yeah,
They'll need an armored truck to get them out of the stadium. Yeah. And maybe even outside of Buffalo, because they probably couldn't even get into play.
You should have heard the NFL, though. You should have heard from the NFL from what they said.
What'd they say?
They said because the ball was in the end zone, the players were in the end zone, the ball was being thrown in the end zone, and the angles that the referees were at.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to tell you, this is why I've been saying for years already.
I was thinking about you when this happened.
You got to have that extra referee in there because he would have been at that angle. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I do not understand. I mean, put it this way. The commish overall, $700 million with the new contract today. Over $700 million with the new contract today. And you're telling me we can't get another ref in there? Come on, man. That's all it takes. But, it's neither here or there. And it's more upsetting for the fans, and I get it. And it just really makes it look petty when we can't get another referee or the right call.
I love this comment. Danny, shout out. I love this freaking comment. Straight robbery. Now, I posted on my Instagram page a little note that you could put on there. I said there was a reported robbery in Buffalo. Victims, New York Giants. Now, look, I watched. Obviously, I don't like Chris Collinsworth. I don't know. I don't know him personally, but whatever. But when he asked the ref, right, the retired ref, and the ref made the statement saying, again, I'm sorry, let me back. The retired ref made the statement saying, well, since the ball was in the air and that's when it was committed, it's not technically pass interference. But Chris Collinsworth called that ref out, rewinded back until the line of scrimmage, showed the initial grab,
the initial contact.
I don't know. I look, I'm not a ref. I'm not gonna act like I know a ref. And what I hate, I'm gonna say it. If I say this, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're making excuses." Whatever. Go eat a raw egg. When you commit a PI, it's a pass interference. Okay. And I know last year we did it to y'all and we got away with one, right? Yeah. And
we haven't forgotten, okay?
I kept my mouth shut, right? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I did admit it though. Remember, we talked about it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We did get away with one. Yeah. We did.
And here's the thing about the ref situation too. He's looking at it from say if you were at the 40-yard line, first 5 yards of contact, right? That's the way they're looking at it. That's the way they're trying to I don't know if I would say excuse or cover up, but that's what they're trying to do. But again, you cannot on the goal line, you cannot grab at the point of contact in the end zone. That's an automatic first down. That's pass interference ball half the distance to the goal line. I mean,
so Tanya, I'm sorry. Well, Tanya's making this comment that he was right. He was right there. Now, Tanya, I'm going to give you that. True. However, I don't think he saw. I hate to say this. I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but both players were jumping, right? And if he didn't see the initial tag or the tug on the line of scrimmage, maybe he did miss it. I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because if he saw that and didn't call it because you got Buffalo fans yelling at your back, and Tanya, I agree. She's saying Sneaky. He was looking
right down the line.
Yeah, I mean, and he probably. I have to give him.
Yeah, and the
because
other
if
thing
he didn't call it, just not to call it.
Well, the
Because
other
he
thing
wanted
you
to
have
catch
to
his plane. I have an issue with that.
the other thing you have to take into consideration is the speed. It happens so fast. I mean, everybody's just moving. The guys are trying to. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, we all can be referees when it's slow.
Yeah, when we have a TV,
when we're behind the TV.
Yeah,
and now, see that's why they need to bring up the pass interference again and review it. I know, and I was.
Yeah, we've already talked about that. That's not gonna.
Yeah, you had it tried 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but again, it was the first time that they tried it, and they said no, we're not going to do it. Okay, well, how about we have the refs involved in not
New York?
Yeah, you're not having the coaches involved.
Yeah.
You're having the ref commissions involved and saying, hey guys, we need to review this. We need to we shouldn't let a coach make this decision. We see it from New York. We've got to call this. I don't know. That's something for Dean Blandino to make.
I am going to be a devil's advocate here. It shouldn't have got to that point in the first place.
No,
we shouldn't have allowed. We shouldn't allow the refs to dictate the game. The game should have been over. Yeah. Now, I know there's talk of Tyrod Taylor. I think he performed well. I may need to pull up his numbers for the night. Hold on a second. And I know I had some good questions. Danny, we'll get to the Pew signing here in a little bit. Okay. Dang it, Tanya, what did you put it? She asked a question regarding here we go. I found it. Okay. And this was way early in the show. She has a question, Sneaky, how do you feel about Tyrod's performance on Sunday? I like him and what he can do. I did too. I liked what he did on the field. He threw the ball great, well. Didn't, make, any mistakes, didn't throw any picks. Ran when he had to. Hold on, let me look up the box scores again.
Yeah, he went 24 for 36, 200 yards.
200, yeah.
3 sacks.
But you got to look at I understand he played a good game, but the history of his game is what everybody focuses on and what you should focus on. This was one game. That's usually what he does. If he continues to play next week, he's going to let you down.
Oh, good, because they're playing our team.
I know that's going into pork rinds.
Well, there you go.
With Tyrod, he is an experienced starter. Okay, he ended the drought of Buffalo's playoff run. Okay, he was he was promising during Cleveland, and had he not got a punctured lung when he was in San Diego, maybe Herbert's career would have started a little bit later. But he does have a Super Bowl ring with Baltimore from 2012. I mean, I don't know if he saw the field much, maybe kneeled the final snap, But hey, he still got the ring. He still got the ring. He got one more than I do, by the way. And I wouldn't mind him to be the starter. However, it's the investment that the Giants put on Jones. And sadly, let's say he does go to, the Commanders come out and he breaks the bricks off the Commanders, throw for 4 touchdowns, receivers finally get the ball, offense scores those, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and then Barkley goes off in the second half, and we win 70-20. One can only dream, I'll just let the faucet run, in the, I don't know where I got that. And I don't even know why I did this. I don't even know why. I digress. But still, even if he does all that and has a QBR, a perfect QBR of 158, which I still don't understand how that's a perfect QBR, Jones is going to get the nod the following week if he's healthy because of the investment. I mean, that is what it is.
Has to be.
I do like what he did, but he's a backup, and that's what he's there for. And of course, I prefer him more than I do the other guy, which will be renamed nameless. Google it. I'm not going to say his name. He didn't win a game at all with the Giants. But then Danny says, Sneaky, if, emphasize on the if, we lose the next 2 games, do we trade Barkley to a contender or we hold on to him? Damn it.
Because you guys just franchised him, right? You didn't sign him.
Yeah, we franchised.
Yeah.
$11 million.
Yeah.
And I think he's on the trading block after this year.
I would.
He might be on it now. But I mean, not only him, there's a lot of players that are on a contract year. Okay. Yeah. Not only Barkley. We also, we got McKinney, we got Adoree. There's a lot of players that I believe we could probably get higher draft picks than Barkley.
Yeah.
To me, it all depends on what type of value Barkley. And it pains me to say this, but it that's what it comes down to. I would make it expensive, and if someone's willing to pay that price, okay. Let's have a conversation.
But let's be serious. Do you think anybody's going to pay that price with his injury history?
No.
Nope.
No. Especially with the market so low as running backs.
Running backs, yeah.
I think, as much as I love McKinney, although he has been posterized a lot this season, I think he would be more of a value. Adoree Jackson, I think he would be more of a value. But again, it would depend on how much of a value we could get for any player, not just Barkley. Shoot, Jones. Let's put everybody on the table. Honestly, because if we can get rid of or trade, not get rid of, we could trade Beckham after we pay him. Why can't we do that with just anybody else?
Yeah, I could see that, but
it does pain me. It does pain me to say this, but I hate the fact that we have another year where we're 1-5. Since 2011, not counting 2011, we've only had 2 winning seasons. Horseshit. No offense, Philly. No offense. It's disgusting.
I feel your pain. I know.
And then you got True over here all quiet and stuff.
Hey, I'm just listening, brother.
You're like, I'm coming off of 2 back-to-back 2-win seasons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So what was your takeaway from this weekend's game, Pork Ryan, going into Atlanta?
Oh, you missed it.
I had you guys slide it to lose, and now
Did I?
when they gave me the stats of the what's his name never losing a home game, that's why I took it.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder. Yeah. Well, like I was telling Sneaky earlier, going into the fourth quarter, being up 14 points, don't let your foot off the gas, man. It's so frustrating. So, that's what really bothered me. And the defense stepped up. They intercepted them 3 times. Defense played, I felt pretty good. Wish our offense, I really wish we would have been able to sustain some more drives running the ball. EB's just been so pass happy. And, it's like I told Sneaky earlier too, 7 games in, I'm really liking Sam Howell. I really do. I just wish he wouldn't hold on the ball as long as he does.
Mm-hmm.
But I know with time that'll get better. So, but I'm impressed with what I've seen so far from him. Hopefully just week by week we get better, and hopefully that defense catches fire.
So now you're saying your quarterback not getting rid of the ball. What do you think is that? Is it the anxious side of him? Is it just not knowing the system? Is it not knowing the rules? What's?
Yeah, I just think he's young. I think he's young. He's still trying, and it could be that maybe the receivers aren't getting open. Maybe they're not, getting that distance between the defensive back that would, maybe allow him to get the ball out quicker. But I don't. Oh, geez, no.
Sorry, I had to put that out there. I'm sorry.
Maybe during warm-ups. But no, I just, I think the offensive line has played. I think they played better last week than the previous 3 weeks. Whereas I felt like, most of his sacks were probably the offensive line, a combination of the offensive line and maybe him holding a little bit more. But this, I mean, he got sacked 5 times this past week, and I would say probably 3 or 4 of them were on him just holding the ball too long.
I got you.
So,
well, it's not being a young thing. I'm going to tell you that right now, because Dak held on the ball several times when he should have got rid of it, and it seems to be systemic going around the NFL right now. These quarterbacks holding on to the ball way longer than they need.
Did he throw any picks?
Sam?
No, Dak.
No, Dak didn't have any picks. No.
Damn it.
It was funny.
I'm kidding.
So our local news, she's a huge Cowboy fan, and they were talking about the Cowboys and how they won, and they said something about Dak didn't throw any interceptions, and then the other newscaster was like, "Well, there's a first for everything," and I was like, "Wow."
Well, and let's stay on the lines of first. Before the game, Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones had a little embrace.
Really?
But he's still not in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Still not in the ring.
I was just glad to see some movement there, though. I was like, they're grown men. There's nothing we can do about it.
Wow.
No, not at all. Well, I mean, I tell you what, we keep pushing this whole curse thing. Hey, and they don't do nothing this year, and then McCarthy gets fired. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that might have, if you guys don't make it to the conference championship, you might have a new coach next year.
No.
You don't. Okay. Well, do you think he'll get an extension?
I don't think he'll get an extension, but I don't think he'll be cut either.
What's he got? 1 more year?
Wait. This is year 4, and then next year.
So I don't think he'll be cut. There's, he has 2 12-win seasons. It's not going to be, if we don't get the playoffs, there might be some.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, now hold on.
There might be some buzz. There might be some talk.
Let's keep in mind. Jerry Jones has fired a coach for winning, not winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Yeah. So, let's keep that in mind. So I don't know if just making the playoffs would do it, but and then here we go. Dash knows. I appreciate you coming on, man. Dan Quinn will be their next coach. I mean, you think that would happen?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Maybe not. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened next year or the year after, if it's time for them to mutually part ways.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think it's still one of the situations where McCarthy inherited the kid Kellen Moore, had to deal with him for 2 years. Now it's his way, and now he's got 2 years to prove himself.
Okay, that's fair. I believe that's fair. So now it's time for the picks of the week. I'm going to go first, and we're going to do the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to lose. They're still going to lose. No, I'm kidding. Let's do Philly. I had to say that you guys are going to lose during the bye week. I don't, made me feel better about myself for about 30 seconds.
And to answer the other guys, Trey Lance hitting the field, no, just warm-ups. That's pretty much it. He will not be
warm-ups.
Heck, he's already being talked about being traded. I don't know if that would. I doubt that would happen.
I think he has to. He has to be.
XFL.
Well, the XFL and the USFL are doing a merger.
Yeah.
So, but I truly believe Trey needs to be on another squad because he is not going to get an opportunity. You got Cooper Rush in front of him, and then of course you got Dak. He is not going to see the field. He's collecting a paycheck. I'm not mad at him.
Nope. He just sold his home in San Fran.
Yeah. So okay.
Let's jump to the game.
Eagles, Dolphins. Eagles are a 2-point favorite.
At home, right?
They're at home. Over under 52. Who wants to go first?
Wow.
I say over. And I'm going to go Dolphins. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I say 42-38.
Wow.
Okay.
It's going to be a shootout.
True.
I honestly can't even fathom seeing that high of a score out of that matchup with both defense. But I do believe, Miami's going to score. I don't think it's going to be that much though.
I think Eagles, they're pretty beat up on defense. They're still missing Darius Slay too, right? I think he's going to be out this week.
And what time do they play?
1 o'clock.
No, it's 8:20. It's a Sunday night game.
Sunday night football.
Sunday night, yeah.
So those are always tough matchups, but man, I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me.
Well, and it is a pick'em game. 2 points.
Yeah. See, that's
we got 7 minutes.
The way Hurts,
the
way Hurts has been playing, I'm gonna have to give it to the Dolphins. I see the score maybe 38-31, touchdown difference.
So I too am going Dolphins. Just that there's too many people to cover on the Dolphins. You got Hill, Waddle, and then you got the running backs. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think I'm with you, Pork Rind. 42. I'm gonna say 42-24.
All right.
Now watch this be like a 17-10 game.
Right.
If it starts to rain.
Philly just sent me his score. He says, "Wow, Dolphins are going to win 73-0."
I got that same text. It must have been on the group text.
It was on the group text.
Oh, but I got 83. I don't know. Maybe it was a mistype. I don't know. Maybe Fat fingered it or something. Now, of course, ours.
It might have been
Giants, Commanders in New York. Go ahead, Pork Ryan. Wait. Okay. This is a pick'em game. Commanders 2-point favorites. Over under 39. The disrespect is real.
I can see it being a low scoring game. I went Falcons last week, so I'm going to go Giants this week. Just
my God.
Keep it going. Keep it going. No, I think
a little bit of head games right there, Sneaky.
Right.
Giants win 24-21.
True. What do you think?
I'm thinking this is going to be a close game. I don't know, man. The field goal situation has been, kind of rampant in this league, and last week's low scoring games, and it's being played in Washington.
No, it's in New York.
No, it's in New York. It's in
New York. So, what's the weather looking like?
I haven't looked at it.
Chance of hell.
That's when I go to AT&T Stadium.
Being in New York, I think Tyrod's going to turn it up a notch. I think he's going to,
And we don't do well against mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah. So he's going to turn it up, and he's going to have a little. I think he's going to have a little chant there going from the fans saying, let's go. And I think it's going to be maybe 27-25. It's going to be that tight of a game.
I'm actually going lower than that. I think it's going to be like we're going to struggle again. I think it's going to be like 6-6 at halftime, field goals back and forth. I mean, Washington has a decent defense. I'm not going to, downplay it, but I really do think it's going to be similar to the Buffalo score, but it's going to be flipped 14-9 Giants.
I'm going to change my score. It's going to be 12-12. We're going to tie again.
Way to put that out there. Way to put that energy out there.
All field goals.
Heck yeah.
Well, guys, and just for the record, it is confirmed Dallas will lose this Sunday too.
There might be there's some trade speculation going on right now. I'm not going to say who, but there is some trade speculation going on.
Yeah, we actually got some too. We got some too, and there has been some movement in the NFL.
Yeah, there has been. There has been. And
then Indy Richardson being out the rest of the year.
Yeah, I saw that. I feel for the kid because I think he surprised quite a bit of people. I mean, surprised me.
Wait, and is it his throwing arm? His throwing shoulder?
I thought it was his non-throwing shoulder.
Okay.
I think the kid out of the Colts.
Yeah, that's his non-throwing shoulder, right?
Yeah.
I think he landed on his leg. Yeah. Well, at least it ain't that. At least it ain't his.
Just sucks.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, because he started out pretty promising. So.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on. It's always good to see you guys. I know we started a little late, but we made it work and we made it happen as we always do. But Philly may be back next week. If not, we'll see. But until then.
Hopefully they're on a 2-game losing streak.
Right, that'd be a good thing. Then he comes back. Oh, I hope so. It'll be great to see him next week.
And that would put the Cowboys at number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, then I hope they don't lose. No, they can't. I take that back. I call take backs. But all right, guys, I'll see y'all next week. And until then,
hail to the Redskins.
Let's go Giants.
How about them Cowboys?
Ow!
He said it.